Hey loves, welcome back to my channel. It's Kaylan Alex. If you're new here, welcome. Go ahead and subscribe. And if you're returning, thank you so much for tuning in. So guys, we're going to be chatting about the most popular viral buzzword or buzz phrase to date, or I wouldn't say to date, right now, and that is quiet luxury. Now let's just be clear, let's just be real. There is nothing quiet about luxury other than the fact that some brands might not be logomania. But when it comes to price and when it comes to, quality, there is no quietness about it. There's no whispers about it. Like, it's luxury, okay? But I feel like with the quiet luxury, aesthetic and vibe, there are some brands that I feel are truly worth it and that are still fun. Because a lot of times we see or hear quiet luxury and we think of boring, like no logos on it, plain white t-shirt that you could have gotten from Target, but it may be $1,000. But that's not always. So this is going to be a list of my take on quiet luxury and some brands that I absolutely love that are considered or that I would deem as quiet luxury but still fit within my personal style and personality. So let's jump right into it. So to start, we're gonna start with that girl, the one you can't really not include when you talk quiet luxury. And this one actually, it might be a little controversial, but we'll chat about it, and that is going to be Hermes. I know. It's like Hermes can be quiet luxury, but then at the same time, it's like we know a Birkin bag when we see it. We know a Kelly bag when we see it. That is Hermes. So the reason why I decided to lump this brand in, or why I feel like it is quiet luxury, because of course it doesn't have logomania, and they're ready to wear. And the shoes, I feel like the brand in and of itself, besides the popular bags, you don't really know unless you know. And while social media, everyone's on it, not literally everyone is on it. So it's still one of those things where you can get certain items from the brand that are not really the most popular Hermes items, and it's kind of like, if you know, you know. And that's the epitome of quiet luxury. If you know, you know. Especially the ready to wear. A lot of the ready to wear is beautiful. I love Hermes ready to wear. Now, of course, not every single thing speaks to my personal style, but a lot of the clothes, or there are certain pieces I feel like it might not look as appealing displayed or the way that it's presented, but I feel like what I can do and how I can wear it would make it more fun for me and fit my wardrobe better for me. And I just love a lot of their ready to wear. That same goes with the shoes. I love their sneakers. I love the little lock on it. Now, of course, that lock is still that's Hermes. We know that's Hermes, but it's still if you know, you know. And I just love the way that they look, especially with some of the sandals. We know that for instance, the Orion sandal, although we know that that's Hermes, it doesn't necessarily have anything that indicates that as far as the actual name and logo, although the leather on it looks like an H, and it can be an H. It's still one of those not in your face type of brands. I just feel like this is the epitome of quiet luxury that can be loud depending on what you get. And I just love it. Now, I don't know, I could be biased because I am a fan of the brand, but I just love the ready to wear. The handbags, of course, we don't even need to talk about because she's that girl. And shoes, of course, is that girl. So Hermes is one of those brands that I just love, and I feel like when it comes to quiet luxury, to me, this is one of those brands that we just have to include in the conversation. Let's move on. The next brand, of course, we have to include as well, LORO Piana. I love this brand. The shoes those summer walks like have me in a chokehold. I feel like I need a color for every color way in my closet. Like every color that I can get that could match something in my wardrobe, I need the mule pair, I need the loafer style. I just love them, and they are so comfortable. Like they feel like you're walking on a cloud or something, and it's crazy because you don't really get too many luxury shoes that are just simply comfortable to wear. Very easy to break in. There's no like breaking in. Like you put your foot in it and it's like you're walking with a sock on. It's weird, but I love them. I love the sandal versions of like the summer walk style with the suede, but they have of course sandals, and they're ready to wear. Quite luxury, but still cute, can be edgy. It's definitely my style because I feel like although it's presented as very preppy and very like that clean girl aesthetic, it can definitely be worn in a more of an edgy way without taking away from the brand and its, quietness. You know what I mean? Like it's one of those things that I feel like my style fits right in the middle and it works well for me. It's one of those brands that if I could have a wardrobe full of their items, I would, because number one, they are classic and timeless. You cannot go wrong with items like this because even though it may be a bit pricey in comparison to other brands, it's almost like you would rather pay that for those basic items that you know that you're gonna get the cost per wear and that you can have forever. Like, and you don't have to worry about it being the quality being compromised when you're dry cleaning or just with wear over time. It's like you invest in a piece and you get all that you're investing with. So I really do enjoy their ready to wear just as much as I enjoy their shoes. Now lately we have seen their handbags take on a life of its own. I feel like these handbags are becoming the mini Kellys, the mini Hermes Kellys of Loro Piana. Like they are rare. It's like you go into the boutiques and it's almost impossible to get exactly what you want, and they're like pulling them out of shelves and like showing them to you, and it's like very exclusive and you get what you get. You don't have a fit type of thing. So I'm loving the vibes. I won't even lie, I'm loving the vibes there. But it's just a plain clutch, a plain bag, and I feel like we've really seen that become popular with Sophia Richie's wedding. She brought all of the quiet luxury, a little bit of whisper luxury, a little bit of loud luxury. Like she made it all one, and I feel like that is another reason that we see the handbags in particular, just the desire tick up when it comes to Loro Piana. Is it something I'm running out to get like, oh my goodness, I have to have this? Absolutely not. But the skins and the particular special bags that I've seen in this particular bag, I'm like, okay, I would get that. Like that's different enough for me to want and to desire. So Loro Piana, I'm loving the brand as a whole as of this past year. So another one of my favorites. The next brand that we have on the list is ALAIA. Now I have loved this brand for the longest time. I feel like this is the perfect like combination of fun but still like if you know you know. Like we all know the classic popular shoe, but then there's the one with the little heart on it. I forget the actual name of it, but we see a lot from ALAIA, especially the ready to wear. And as you'll notice, a lot of these brands, I love their ready to wear as well as their shoes. So I'm a big shoe girl, so that's naturally what I'm going to look for first in brands that I like. And of course, ALAIA's shoes. I feel like this is also one of those brands that's like a timeless classic. These are like what I would consider pieces. Like you pull these out of your collection or you pull these out of your wardrobe and it's like, okay, she's that girl. Like she knows a thing or two. Like she can mix a little trend and a little classic and make it look like, I like this brand reminds me of that. So I feel like she's very calm, cool, collected. She's been at a steady pace in terms of popularity, and I just feel like this is one of those it girl brands, and I just love it. So I am here for ALAIA. Next on the list that is similar in category is going to be the Attico. Now the Attico is, to me, is quiet in terms of no logo mania, but in terms of design, she's out there. She might be a little bit above quiet. She might be whispering. You know what I mean? This may be like, I know where you got that from. Like, I know an Attico piece when I see it. This for me is that. But I feel like you can get certain things from the brand that is just like, wow, that's a really nice piece. Where'd you get it? And it's like, oh, it's the Attico. You know what I mean? Other than the popular items like the wedge heels or the cargo pants, or, you know, the popular, extremely popular items, you can still get fun pieces from the brand and it'd be like, I wonder where's that from? And that to me is quiet luxury. So I like the way that this brand, and a lot of brands do that. This happens to be one of my favorite brands. I like that it's fun, it's edgy, but it's still like a little low key where you gotta like know. If you know, you know. That's the theme here. If you know, you know. And I feel like, to me, this is one of those brands that, although fun, is still a if you know, you know, and that's quiet luxury to me. So love this and love this brand. Of course, it was going to be on the list because I feel like my personal style is right in the middle of like classic but edgy. Like, I like to be fun. I don't like to just be boring. So I feel like this brand gives me all of that. The next brand on the list is going to be TOTEME. Now, this one can be a bit boring. This one is truly quiet luxury, but I love how the pieces can be elevated, or they can be thrown on with something a little bit more edgy, and you just know that that's an expensive item. Like, it's just the quality and the cut of the item, or just the design, you know, it's a little bit different. I remember I had those riding boots on my wish list, and one of my fashion friends was like, girl, I don't know about those. But it's one of those classic, boring, quiet luxury brands that I like, but they may have a spin on a traditional item, and I love that. I prefer their ready to wear though, especially like their outerwear, their jackets, cardigans, tops, things like that. I feel like are just, they're just my style. They're just enough of excitement, but still very, you know, modest. And I love that. I love that about the brand. So this is one of my favorite brands as well. Moving right along, I have KHAITE. Of course, KHAITE was going to be on this list. Now, KHAITE is one of those brands that I often, although I look at and I'm like, is this justifiable? Is me checking out with this item justifiable? Like, and then I see a review, and then it's like, the review is like, you have to get this, you're gonna get cost per wear, I wear this like no other, and I'm just like, sold. It took no convincing. Like, it literally took no convincing. I am a girl who loves a cardigan. I love a sweater. Like, that's just my vibe, especially in the winter. It doesn't get super cold here, so I found myself wearing a lot of lightweight outerwear, but still, if I need something that's a little bit thicker, it can be paired with it. And I feel like KHAITE gives me all of that. I love their knitwear, like, love. And I just love the cut and the design of it, especially the cardigans that look a little cropped, but then they have like a big sleeve. They have the matching top for underneath. I just love the way all of this is like put together and presented. I'm like, I am sold. I like it. I think it makes sense. And I feel like this is one of those brands where you are truly paying for quality. You're truly paying for the materials used, although it is a brand and you're going to pay for that brand as well. When it comes to cost per wear, when it comes to the quality, when it comes to detail, when it comes to cut and just design of the item, that is what you're paying for when you get these type of items. And they're also like basics, so it's like you can't really go wrong with basics, and you can't go wrong with investing in basics, and this brand to me embodies that. So of course it was going to be on the list, of course, but neither here nor there. When it comes to clothing, I've seen enough, I've heard enough, I've felt enough to know that this brand, she's justifiable. She's really justifiable. So nothing is quiet about luxury, as I've said before. No matter how much we want to spend it, there is truly nothing quiet about luxury. And even when you see something that is not logomania, you can get an idea, just the way that the item looks, you can get an idea that it might be a really quality item. And to me, that is not quiet. Although very nice, you know that, okay, that might be expensive what that person is wearing. But nonetheless, it's all fun, and I enjoy these topics that the internet chooses to make popular and make viral, because it's like, okay, now we're giving it a name. All right, I'm okay with that. So guys, that is going to be it for this video and my little take on some of my favorite Wyatt luxury brands, or brands that I just absolutely adore. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments, what are some of your favorite quiet luxury brands, or if any of these brands you love as well. Let's talk about it in the comments. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you get a notification when I post again, and I will see you in the next video.